Do we have music or not?
Yes.
Yeah, we got
Thank
music.
goodness. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Flux Capacitor Wednesday, my friends. August 27th, 2025. Glad everybody's here. We got a special guest in the house, Justin Hubbert, today. We're going to be talking to him. This is a lending partner that you want to be connected to. We'll talk about that. He's one of my favorites in the whole wide world. And word is, he's quite the dancer. So I don't know if we're going to see anything about like that, but you never know. You never know, Carl. You just never know.
You told me I was your favorite.
Well, you know, you're my favorite in other things, brother. In other things.
Is that a line?
Yeah. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here. Hey, light up the chat. Let us know where you're at. What's the temperature? How's it going there? You know, how was your day yesterday? That kind of a thing. Whatever. Just a little small talk. Would be nice to kind of get the morning started as we have people rolling in to the big show that we do every single day. You know, Carl, what's new with you, man? 3-day weekend coming up. And in the chat, what you guys got planned for the weekend? What do you got planned, Carl? Anything special? Are you staying home?
Staying home, please. I'm heading to North Carolina, heading up to the hills of the Carolinas, and
Nice.
spend some time there with some old dear, friends that I've known forever.
Yeah.
And, the family. So looking forward to it. So.
Well, that'll be a good time. When do you leave? You leave Friday? Or
Actually, the lovely Mrs. White said we're leaving Saturday.
Okay.
So we're leaving Saturday. My vote was Friday, but she says, "No, I got some things I want to do around here, so that's what we're going to do." So
right.
it's hard to pry her away from that grandchild. That's
For sure.
that's like a grizzly away from her cub. The mother bear away from her cub. Kind of thing. So
Yeah.
and God bless my awesome daughter-in-law who is just understands how it works and just plays along. She's just awesome. So anyway,
Wonderful.
What's you, Frank? What are you doing, man?
I'm going to hang local. Of course, we have the new grandbaby as well, right?
Yeah.
So we do want to stay close by for them. Otherwise, I had a back issue, I had a gut issue for weeks, and it's all better. So there's a motorcycle ride or two in my weekend, Carl.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Love it.
So, yeah. Herb's got something to say. Well, Herb, why don't you go ahead and say it, buddy? Got your hand up.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you
Hey,
just
man.
fine, man.
Anyway,
What's
my loan officer got a voicemail yesterday I'd like to play for you, which shows why you better be on the phone every day calling everybody.
if you can make it quick, we'll take it. Go. Get it up there.
Frank is the loan officer. Marcel is a person he did a loan for about 2 years ago, okay?
Okay.
So got this voicemail and sent it to Frank. Let me
So this is Marcel leaving a voicemail for Frank.
Marcel sent him voicemail.
Sent him a voicemail. All right, let's hear it.
Here's the voicemail. You can hear it.
We're not hearing it, brother.
We can't hear it. What's the gist of it?
Give us the gist of it. We can't hear it.
Okay.
Tell us what it basically says.
Okay, I'll read it to you. He sent it to me. But anyway, basically, hold on. When it comes to refinance, hi Marcel, this is Mia with Frank at First Eagle Mortgage. We have some great news. Frank took a look at your loan and we found a way to save you some money on your mortgage payment. Please give Frank a call at 1-882 yada yada today to go over the details and lock in your savings. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. Anyway, Marcel got it, thought it was Frank calling him, and it wasn't, obviously. It's a company that, I don't know how they got the name of the mortgage company, how they got
Wow.
Found it.
Really?
It's probably going on all over the country, but it's a good reason to get on the phone and call everybody.
That is some shadiness right
Yeah.
there.
I agree.
I mean, you can get that information like in Model Match or whatever. You can see the transaction was done. You can see the loan officer that was attached to it. You can see all that. So finding that information is easy. But to go so far as to defraud the person and say, I'm representing this loan officer who did your loan and they're not. Wow. That's bad.
Needless to say, Frank was not happy.
I imagine he was not. Thanks for sharing that, Herb. And again, your point is taken, right? This is why we need to personally be making those phone calls. And today is past client data, right, Kristen? Am I right? Yeah.
Okay,
Today is
I'm trying to put it in my signature just so like, you know.
okay. So today is Wednesday. Hey, Herb, thank you so much for the share, brother. I appreciate that. You got a Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt? No, you do now. Congratulations, my friend. We haven't given one away in a while. So you're going to get a Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt. You might want to give it to Frank just to make him feel better. I don't know. But yeah, wow, that's something else. Hey, I won't bring up the news today. But in the news, there is a couple of things. You know, there's a Zillow new forecast for the rest of the year. Basically, things are going to be flat. There is a Housing Wire article, and sometimes if you're not a paying subscriber to Housing Wire, you can read. They give you teasers. You know what I mean, Carl? Like you can read this article, but not the next one. You know, so it was a readable article at Housing Wire giving mortgage professionals just some tips on preparing for an upcoming refi boom, right? Because it's probably on the way. We're probably going to see a nice influx of refis. The end of the year, the beginning of next year, somewhere around there. We all know that from hearing from Owen. You know, rates are going to ease up. We are going to see a good refi influx, right? So we want to just make sure we're prepared. They have some great tips on, hey, man, how to get yourself prepared for this. Because, you know, it's always great to have a bunch of business, but it sucks if you can't get it through the system, right? That's not fun either. So there's that. Also, there's some AI wars going on. Musk is suing ChatGPT and Apple because they're making a partnership, and ChatGPT is going to be native on Apple. Musk saying that's not fair. That's antitrust. So there's a lawsuit going on there because, you know, hey, why not Grok? Why are you doing it with just one of these companies? So we'll see what happens there. And then also an interesting story that I'll tell you about is YouTube is apparently, unbeknownst to its creators, the people that make content, that is using AI to enhance the videos, like manipulate them. So you upload your content as a content creator, YouTube, and AI is doing things to that video per YouTube to make it better. But some of the creators are like up in a roar about it. I don't know about you, Carl, but anything I can get to help, you know what I mean? Like I'm in. You know, like go for it, YouTube. You know, give me some love, man. That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, and it seems like by what I'm just reading the comments here that UWM is actually used. That's a outbound AI caller leaving those messages on behalf of the original loan officer. Apparently, that's kind of, I don't know anything about this, but I'm just reading the messages here, and so that that might be UWM on behalf of the original loan officer doing those messages for him, and maybe he didn't even know UWM provides that service. So,
I see. Are you a broker, Herb?
Yes, mortgage broker. Yeah, in fact, you know something? Frank did the loan with UWM. That's interesting, Carl. I never thought about that.
It sounds like
does have a program to give all loans back to you. So they do that.
Well, then that changes everything. Now it's probably a totally awesome thing and not this unscrupulous evil.
Wait, here's the cool part. Here's the cool part in all this. I wish Johnstone was here. Here's the cool part of all this is you guys, as I would have too, thought it was a real person leaving a real message. The AI, like answering our phones for us and stuff like that, it's gotten that good. I mean, it really has. It's gotten really good. So another topic for another day, though.
And then here's the problem, though. Frank's all pissed off. But in reality,
it was him.
It was him. Yeah, through UWM. So a little bit of miscommunication from UWM to their people, like, hey guys, just so you know this is happening.
Like who went out and mowed my yard? Oh, yeah. It was my new automatic mower that I bought.
Frank, you know he's not a guy you want to piss off.
Yeah, well, I bet.
In his car.
Yeah, so, well, there you go. Let him know it's probably a good thing. You know what you should do is call that number and see what happens.
There's one digit missing. I tried to call the number. It's one digit. But it wakes you up.
And again, still be making your calls. Your calls. If you don't, either somebody is or AI is, to get that business in the door. All righty. Well, look, guys, enough of that. We have a special guest in the house with us today.
Did you give the flux capacitor?
Oh, Flux Capacitor Wednesday. Bring it up, Kristen. Flux Capacitor Wednesday. So sorry. This is where we figure out how much time is left in the year for us to do our business and meet our goals. Flux Capacitor. I ran it. It's basically 34%.
Wow.
34% of the year is left. I think last week we had 35%, something like that. We're down to 34. There's like 18 weeks left in the year. I mean, as fast as these weeks go, my goodness.
I literally on my bike ride this morning, no kidding, I had to go literally put on a long sleeve t-shirt because I went out this morning. I went, wow, it's not hot, So
yeah. It was
I think it's
like 68 degrees. No, you must.
No. I think it was
freezing.
74, but
Yeah.
it was for that's not hot, And so I did. I went back upstairs, put on my long sleeve, and took off.
I think they call that old age and blood thinning.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. What'd you say?
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time.
All right.
And then, of course, Kristen, we've got Bill Hedrick saying that Christmas decorations are already at Home Depot. Wow. Have you noticed that, Kristen?
I have not. And I was just at Home Depot this past weekend. I didn't see the Christmas decorations, but I'll have to check it out, Bill. Appreciate that.
I'm sure you will. All right, guys. So we can make it. We still got time left. Whether you're a little ahead, at par, a little behind, there's still time to kick butt. So now let's bring on my good friend, Mr. Justin Hubbert, my friends, with Park Place.
Good morning.
Finance, not financial. Park Place Finance. And my fast fingers got the best of me when communicating who the company was to the team yesterday, and I said financial. It is not financial; it's finance. This is Justin Hubbert, everybody. Now, I want to kind of talk about Justin a little bit here. I learned about Justin through Kevin Gillespie. And I learned about Justin through Kevin Gillespie because as you guys probably all know, I took a dive into the private capital world, that kind of a thing, fix and flip, bridge loans, hard money, cannabis, all the weird stuff, right? I went down that path and I told that to Kevin Gillespie. He goes, "You got to talk to Justin." And I was like, okay. So I wound up talking to Justin, and Justin and Park Place, they are my number one go-to in my private capital business that I run. They're the number one. So they're the guys I go to first. And the reason why, Justin, I'll do this before I let you unleash yourself on our crew here. But the reason why is because, take DSCR, for example. All of us are familiar with DSCR. And if you think DSCR, what lenders do you think of for DSCR? You're probably thinking Angel Oak, AD, right? Some of the more popular ones. Nothing wrong with those companies. They're amazing, right? I would say, however, that sometimes they've been doing it for so long and they're so big now, they kind of feel institutionalized to me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's not so flexible like they kind of used to be. Whereas with Park Place, Justin, you guys still have that private capital vibe going on, where it's like, okay, we can talk about this thing and we can figure this thing out and get a deal through. I have done several DSCR deals for some of my loan officer friends that send me DSCRs when they got one that they couldn't get done somewhere else. I wind up running them through Park Place. They get done, right? So not just DSCR, though, but they do fix and flip, bridge, construction, DSCR. And they've got that private capital vibe going on to where it's like, man, you can really get some stuff done over there. And the pricing is phenomenal. Go ahead, Justin. Tell us what you got, what's your sweet spot, what you've done lately, whatever you want to say. But I just really want to encourage you guys to start paying attention to Park Place. Huge fan of them. Love them very much. They're extremely easy to work with, and they get deals done, and they get them done fast. So come on, Justin. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got, what Park Place is all about, and ultimately how we can connect with you.
Yeah, well, good morning, everybody. I appreciate the introduction there, Frank. As Frank mentioned, we've worked together for quite some time here, and I know I've worked with a lot of you guys before, but we're a private lender, so I know you guys have the conventional, the jumbos, the DSCRs. So what we do is basically investment property only. So anything investment property that you can think of, that's basically what we do. So what's that include? He mentioned the DSCR. Could also be like a fix and flip. It could be just like a quick close loan, like for whatever reason, like they just can't get qualified and you need to get a loan closed in say 2 or 3 days. That'd be a reason why you call us. And then kind of our bread and butter is ground up construction. So we actually have a product there for ground up construction for first time home builders. So if you come across somebody that is maybe their first time building a house, we can lend up to 80% of the total cost. So total cost being the construction of the vertical piece of it plus the land. So we can finance that on builders with experience. We go up to 90% of the cost. But high level, we basically just lend on private investment properties. And that could be in units of one, or it could be groups of 20, 30, 40 in either DSCR big portfolios, or it could be a subdivision that a builder wants. But we've seen a lot of growth in the construction phase lately, especially with these small and local banks kind of pulling out, maybe restricted on capital, some of the issues that they may be seeing with the housing market. And so that's mainly the products that we offer is those 4 products. I'll share on my screen if you're be so kind to let me do that here.
You should be able to, yeah.
Yep, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see this here. And so,
you got it.
Yep, you got it? Okay, good. So if you guys are interested in this, work with parkplace.com, super easy. If you want some quick information, just click the top link up here. We'll send you some information. If you have a live scenario here, just click the submit a loan here. This is geared specifically one time only for Breakfast Club, as Frank requested. So this is something that we're launching for the Breakfast Club and giving some incentives here as well on the pricing. So on our bridge loans, high level here, we can finance up to 75% of the purchase. Cash outs are more like 70%. Fix and flips, it depends on experience. So the biggest thing we look at, we don't look at any tax returns or DTI. So when you go to conventional loans, I know that's a big focus point of how can you get the loan from A to Z. In our side, we look at it and say, how much experience do you have? So experience on fix and flips would be respective of if it's a $500,000 rehab budget, how many rehab budgets have you done in that capacity? Do you know what the 2x4 costs? Same thing with ground up construction is, do you have experience? So the more you have experience, the more we can lend out as far as leverage. So where you might see on a conventional pricing, where credit score plays a factor in what percent you can lend. If somebody has like a 640 credit score, they may be limited on a Fannie Mae loan to maybe 10% down. In our scenario, we're basically in lieu of tax returns and income and credit score, we're looking at your experience and how many times you've actually done this project. So the leverage is somewhat very dependent on how much experience you have, but on the higher side, you can put as little as 10% down on fix and flips, as well as little as 30% down on ground up construction on the land. So that would be like we finance 70% of the construction of the land, plus the ground up construction component, 100% of that. So those are our 4 components. If you have any more questions, I'll open this up to the floor.
There's a couple questions here, Justin.
Yeah.
Jessica saying, well, what about auction?
Auction. So great question. So there's one key point on that. So like auction.com is a fantastic site for some investors that are looking to buy a house at maybe 75 cents on the dollar. The challenge on that is, can we get a title policy? Auction.com specifically about 2 years ago switched where they do give you time to buy a title policy. So as long as we can get a title policy on there, we can do those financing. If you want to go to the courthouse, you're kind of buying this as is. And so you don't really know if there may be a tax lien behind it. You don't know if there's maybe a secondary lien that's set to foreclose next month. And so we can't, unless we can get a clear title policy, we can't be in first lien position or ensure that we're in first lien position. So that becomes a little bit of a challenge.
And do you guys do commercial?
So we do 1 to 4 family and multifamily. We don't really have a restrictor plate on the number of units, except on DSCR, kind of 10 units or less. But we don't do true commercial.
How about what was this other one? Ground up for foreign nationals, like we see a lot of that in Southwest Florida.
Yeah, we see that a ton in Southwest Florida. We actually work with a builder, builds about 30 homes a month, and he only does foreign nationals, and we lend quite a bit to them. We're probably 90% of his capital source. So yes, we can do those. A little bit lower leverage. So those are more like 75% loan to cost. So we want, if say there was $1 million of total construction costs plus the land, we'd want them to bring 250. We'll bring the 750.
And what states, Justin?
Nationwide. So the biggest thing we want is we want to know that when we take a property back, that we can get our money back. And so where that becomes a little bit more challenging is as you get to these rural areas, it's just, it may be worth $1 million, but there's just nobody there willing to pay that. And so we have where we lend nationwide, but one of the biggest things is we want to be in urban, suburban areas. Happy to look at an exact scenario, like for example, like the Poconos. That's a good Airbnb location. The area that's like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, it might be considered rural, but there are a lot of transactions in that area for Airbnb. That's something we would do both DSCR on as well as ground up construction or fix and flip.
And then as far as like any other questions they might have, is there what's the best way to find, hey, do you do this? Or, I'm seeing like condo tels and mixed use property. What's the best way to find that out? Like go right to the website, or do I call somebody, or what's the best way?
Yeah, you can just email me right here or call me. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then just guys, if you go to workwithparkplace.com, the link's in the chat, workwithparkplace.com. If you got a scenario right now, you can plug it in and they'll check it out. Or if you just want to grab some quick info, get their pricing matrix, what they can do, kind of an overall general view of what they've got, there's a quick info button there. You just click that, you just put in your name, phone number, email, they'll email you their pricing matrix. And then when they do that, the reason you want to do that too is when they email you, you'll get Justin's contact information as well. So you can reach out to Justin if you need to talk to him about particular scenarios. I love Park Place so much. Like what I'll do is I typically always start with the property. I've learned that, Justin, going into this world, and I've learned about experience and what that means. And thanks to you and your team, but I'll usually just right away just grab a link to the property in question and get it to the team. Like, this is what I got. Are we okay to keep going? Like, here's the property. Can we keep going on this trend? And if I get the thumbs up, you can keep going. Okay, then we keep going. That's typically how I do it. But I would just get connected to them right away. Go to workwithparkplace.com. If you don't have a deal right now, just click on that quick info button at the upper right. Click on that. Put your name and number in there, and they'll email you their stuff, and you'll get Justin's contact info. So now I have it all in your email. You got it all on hand. And these guys are amazing, man. I love these guys so much. Like I said, you guys are still, to me, Justin, you guys are still like real private capital, and you guys got to understand too, like my company, the Lulu Capital, we're not an NMLS broker. We're just straight investor. And Justin works with us, like there's some companies won't do that. You got to have that NMLS number, even if you're doing just business loans, investor loans. But with Justin, no, I can get deals done through them.
That's kind of Justin's tagline is, we even work with Frank.
There you go. we even work with Frankeray.
Yeah.
We'll take his business. You're in.
Very often, but we do, yeah.
So the floodgates wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah. One thing though, I think that's important here is, this is a great opportunity if you're trying to build some residual business where you can go in there and you can get a builder that is doing maybe 10 homes a year, maybe a home a month, right? Like not a huge D.R. Horton scenario, but a builder that's on the rise and might do 30 homes next year, but is doing 10 homes this year. And you can get paid to do the construction loan with us, and then on the backside you can become a preferred lender. And the best way to become that preferred lender, we found, is if you can actually provide the capital to go build the house, right? And that's a big challenge for these builders, especially as they get started, because these small and local banks just don't want to lend to someone that's starting out and building. So that's where our first time builder program really came in. It's helped a lot of not only Breakfast Club people that I see that we've done some loans for, but just builders as a whole nationwide, and help them scale their business. And obviously, they're usually very loyal to the loan officer and able to give them the takeout loans or the preferred lender relationship on those sales.
Hey, thanks for enjoying this Loan Officer Breakfast Club YouTube video. If you are into industry news, if you like to keep up with what's going on within the mortgage and real estate industry, you might not be aware of this, but you can get free news snippets every single day by going to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. In the top nav bar, you'll see in the news. Click it, daily, fresh news about the mortgage and real estate industry. There's even loan officer perspective and realtor perspective on each news story that you can make use of in your marketing. So enjoy loanofficerbreakfastclub.com/in the news. You know, another thing too I want to point out, guys, is their team is just so helpful. Like, so I'm kind of a hands-on guy, right? So when I start working with Justin and his team, I'm very involved with the borrower and connected and intervening and getting stuff. But the truth is, and I have done this with Park Place, like William's my guy up there. I work with William, and I'll get a deal to William and get it all teed up and just go, take it, brother. You know what I mean? Just work straight with the borrower. In fact, you guys really prefer that most of the time, don't you, Justin? Just let them work with the people to get the deal done because they know what they're doing. They'll get it done. And if they need you in the background, they'll call on you. You could do it either way with them. But I've lately been leaning just like, go for it, bro. Give them a call.
We could do it either way. We take a phone number and run with it. Or we can, you could be the face and we could be the silent capital behind there. It's really your call. And what you prefer there. The one thing I always equate this to is like, say you break your arm, right? And you go to your general doctor and then they say, you know what, it's probably going to unfortunately require surgery. So then they send you to a specialist, right? So our specialty is only investment properties. We do these 4 products very well. And so it kind of gives you like, hey, we can either walk with you as the primary care physician to the specialist, or, hey, let me just send you the name and number of this person and you get a referral fee for that. So it's kind of a nice way, either way you want to do it. It's completely up to you, and we can do it case by case as well.
Yep, that's the way it works, man. It's super cool. I love them. I love their team. They're amazing. And Justin worked with me over the past probably month or so to get it together for you guys, to give you guys some special stuff. We got workwithparkplace.com to make it easy to remember. Workwithparkplace.com. We've got that up and running. And
Good morning.
There's that.
Good morning.
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
We are too. Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, workwithparkplace.com, upper right-hand corner, quick info. If you do that, just to get a matrix in your hands, get Justin's contact information. Or if you happen to have a scenario right now, at workwithparkplace.com, you just start putting it in right there and the team will get back to you on it. So good stuff. Any other questions?
Good to see you, Justin.
Yeah, good to see you, Carl. Yeah. I'll answer some of these questions behind the scenes here, but I think one of the biggest things here people are asking about on that mixed use, it needs to be 51% residential. So I see that question there quite a bit. So we don't do true commercial. True commercial would be 50% or more. So 51%, that's a big thing. So if you have one story that's, say, commercial, one story that's residential, unfortunately, that's 50-50. So we need 51%. So we need 2 floors residential, 1 floor commercial.
So we need the bathroom downstairs then, is what you're saying.
That's right.
We need the shower downstairs.
Put a porta pot in there, put something in there. Yeah. Outdoor kitchen, something like that. Yeah.
So
I'd love to get Justin on with animals too one of these days, Carl, because there's so many nuances. If you're gonna dive into the construction or fix and flip in particular, there's a lot of nuances when it comes to that experience thing, right? Yeah. Like he was saying, okay, you've done fix and flips, but you've never done one that had a $300,000 restoration. You know what I mean? You've done 70,000, 80. That's a nuance, right? You've done fix and flips, but you've never added an ADU before. That's another world, And so there's nuances that you got to kind of know. He is such a great resource for that. I'd love to get him to do a class one of these days, maybe over at Animals if we could. So,
can I answer a few of these?
We're running top of the hour. So the best way to do it is to
workwithparkplace.com. That's right. And just put it in there, and we'll get it. So
that sounds great. Today's Wednesday. What do we do? Hey, one quick thing. So Wednesday's past database day. Just real quick. Shelly, right? I waited right till you grab your coffee there. What are we doing on Wednesday, Shelly?
Sorry. We are calling our past database and we start with 2 letters of the alphabet, and we work them for each quarter every 26 weeks. That way we reach everyone in our database.
Wonderful.
That's it. Nice and simple. Hey, just one real quick thing on your past database, for members, make sure you go look at the refi toolkit. Make sure you look at the refi toolkit. I got it done for you. It's an email to send out, a mailer to send out, a social media post to send out, a script, and a short little video. And then you're going to send them this little, like I got your back check sheet. And so the members that's been doing it's been having just really good success. So just all you have to do is search, or you can ask Jen to, go to support@themarketinganimals.com and they can send you the link. But I was talking to some people yesterday that's sending that out, doing really, really well with it. And last thing, make sure you're checking with your orphans, right? Your orphan loans. So what we call the orphan loans is like, let's say loan officer Larry used to work with you, and then he left, or retired, or got out of business, whatnot. Make sure that somebody's working that past database still. Like if they're not doing anymore and they got out of the business, we're doing a lot of loans with those too. So we call those the orphan loans. And again, in the membership, we talk about the orphan loans and how to step in there. And what I would do is, if I was a loan officer working in a branch, and let's say, I don't know, Sue Moody was my branch manager, I'd go to Sue and say, hey, Sue, let me tell you about the idea about the orphans. Who do we have in our database that the loan officer, retired or no longer is doing this? They left. Who's in that database? And following the same script to call those people. That's been working really, really well. So you need to get primed for the refi, because I'm telling you, it's coming. And I still cannot get over that fact that last quarter, 40% of all loans were refinances. Yep. 40%. And so if you're not marketing to your past database right now, you just hate money. I'm just telling you. So
yeah,
good stuff.
And I know we're running out of time, but Carl, don't you have a virtual office visit today? I know we're running out of time. I'll pop the link in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'm doing I get asked that a lot, as I'm sure a lot of you do. Is like, I always think it's good to go, like anytime you have a chance to go to somebody's office and see what they're doing, I always think that's a good thing to do. I do. I've always thought that was a really good thing to do. Like if I had the chance to, go by Vicky Porter's office, like that'd be a really good thing to do and see how they do things. So I'm doing one with virtual. So I wear 2 hats. We got the training hat, and then I'm a branch manager with a mortgage company, and so I'm doing it with Owen asked me if I would do it. He owns the company, so we're doing a little virtual tour, just kind of like who does what and who's on the team and what happens when the phone rings, some of the different tools we use and things like that. So anyway. I think we didn't send it out. I think Owen sent it out. So that's what that is. So anyway, okay. So good stuff. All right. So let's see. What else, Frank? Anything else going in there?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll have Owen Lee tomorrow, as usual, for the mortgage market update. That'll be fun. We have Chris Johnstone on Friday to freak us out on AI, as he always does.
Dude, these I'm telling you, these AI voice answering machines now.
Oh yeah,
are just crazy good. If you don't have one of those, I'm telling you. We're hearing story after story after story about showing up the next morning and there's appointments on their calendar. It's really, really, really important. If they're hitting your voicemail instead of hitting your calendar, I'm telling you, you're missing out. It's a really big deal. There's multiple services, I'm sure, that offers that, but so I would definitely put that on the front burner.
Yep. And it's in the AI CRM. Chris will be here on Friday. So, all right. Hey, Justin Hubbert, thanks so much, man. Guys, workwithparkplace.com. Workwithparkplace.com. Go there. There's a quick info button if you just want info. But if you got something you need to run past Justin, put in your scenario, or he's giving you his phone number, he's giving you his email, just reach out to him directly. But if you do go to quick info, put your info in there, you'll get Justin's contact info. All right, you guys have a great day, man. This has been fun. We'll see you here tomorrow. Once again, Justin Hubbert, thank you so much. Park Place Financial. All right, Finance. Park Place Finance. I got it. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.
Have a good day.
Have a great day, everybody.